Taking back the airwaves for Jesus, only here on Saved Radio. Hey, my name is Gica, and you're tuned in to the Weekend Drive. And we are live, not only on the Saved Radio app, also on www.save.ph/radio. But also, we are now live on Facebook and YouTube. Woo! Okay. Excuse me. And that's the problem when you are live. May mga bagay na hindi mo maitatago. Kahit na gusto mo itago. Wow! Paano yun? Okay. So, what are we gonna talk about in this live episode of the Weekend Drive? By the way, it's my first time going live on Facebook and YouTube via Saved Radio ever. The other DJs have done this already, and it's my first time doing this. So, thanks for tuning in. Let me see here on our page kung sino ang na-notify at nandito na ngayon. Tignan natin sino mga kakaway-kaway dyan at ang ating shout-out. Yes. Today, I want to talk to you about social media. And it's actually social media that makes it possible for me to go live right now so you can see me. Diba? Medyo hirap lang talaga tayo mag-talk, guys. Ngayon, wait lang. Siyempre, hindi nyo narinig yon kasi nakamute tayo. Pero nakita nyo sa camera, kung nanonood kayo ngayon, kung anong nangyari. Di ba ang ganda? Nakita nyo yung parang behind the scenes, di ba? Na hindi lang puro boses ang naririnig ninyo. Sa radio kasi ganun eh. You will be left to your imagination. But now that we are actually live, kita nyo talaga yung mga nangyayari in the background. So anyway, I want to talk about social media. Thanks to social media like Facebook, YouTube, there's also Instagram, Twitter, all of these things, right? It makes it possible for us to communicate, to be closer to each other no matter the distance. And social media also includes our messaging apps. Marami tayo niyan, di ba? Like Saved Radio Viber Community. So, in that way, we get to feel closer to each other. And na-realize nyo ba kung gaano kagaling si God in His perfect timing that He allowed the social media age at the time of the pandemic? Na-realize nyo ba yun? Ako na-realize ko yun eh. Oo. Diba? Kung hindi nyo na-realize, okay lang naman. Yes. So, I'm trying to see who we are here. Uy, may pa-attendance daw sila sa live. I am watching it right now. Sabi dito, feeling blessed. I would like to thank Minor for setting all of this up. At si Minor ay very very OC talaga. He's been my director. Gusto niya itabi yung mga gamit dito sa gilid-gilid. Tapos sabi niya, Ate Gica, ang gulo ng buhok mo. O, diba? Na-conscious tuloy si Ate Gica sa buhok niya. So anyway, I'm not sure if it's just my computer that's doing this, but it told me that the live stream ended. Hopefully it didn't. But I already saw some names. I already saw na nag-attendance na si President Lem and also si James of the Daily Grind. Weekday 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Saved Radio. So, diba? Imagine kung walang social media. Naisip nyo na ba yun? Meron pa tayo blessed morning watching from Philippines. Excuse me. Si Minor. Sabi ni AZ, hi Ate Gica, praying na wala ng ubo. Thank you for praying. And thank you sa kaisa-isang nag-share ng Facebook Live. At meron na tayong mga reactions. Meron tayong like from Jonah Santos Tapek, from Brad Turtle, from Minor, and from James. And meron tayong heart na makikita ko dapat to pag napindot ko. Oo. Kasi pati yung computer natin, hindi siya nagko-cooperate. Medyo ang bagal niya. Yes, come on, let's keep up. Wow. Okay. Pwede pala yun. Naka-heart din si Minor. Naka-heart na, naka-like pa. Melka Decena, hello to you. Ruben Paul, Lembello, Mar Villaray, and si AZ. Thank you guys for joining me this Saturday morning as we go live here at the booth for Saved Radio. So social media. For our question of the day, I also asked you if you were a Bible character, diba? Sinong gusto mo maging Bible character? And if meron kang social media handle for your name, what would it be? Oh, and why? Si Ruben Paul lang ang sumagot kanina. Sabi niya, siya si Paul the Little. Oh, ikaw, sino ka? Kung si Lem siya ang thief on the cross, ano kayang maganda niyang social media handle? You know, in social media, we have created our identities. Diba? Kagaya niyan, bakit ka may social media handle? It's actually you presenting yourself to the world for you to become identified, right? Para makilala ka, para ma-share mo sa mundo, 'di ba? Kung ano yung meron ka, kung sino ka. At andito na rin pala si birthday boy Kuya Patrick. Happy birthday to you. Wow. 'Di ba? But social media has its pros and cons. 'Di ba? Syempre, in the beginning, when God created the heaven and the earth, when it first started, do you know what was the first social media that was invented? Actually, hindi ko alam, kaya tinatanong ko. 'Di ba? Was it Facebook? No. Because even before that, there was Friendster. Dito natin malalaman talaga ang mga age reveal. May Multiply, may MySpace, but I'm not sure kung sinong nauna. But anyway, when all of that started, with the rise of the internet, the rise of the internet. If I remember correctly, I was in high school, or baka high school lang ako na-exposed to the internet. But it's exciting because it's new. Even the emails. Diba? O sige, anong mga email address nyo dati? Ako, papasgirl_undignified at yahoo.com. Ay, nakakatawa. Kayo, anong social media, anong email address na ginamit nyo? Yun yung mga Angel Fire at gano'n, diba? Sa mga, meron pa ako isa, yung email address niya, Theater Addicting Man. Ang ibig sabihin sana, addicted siya to theater. Pero nilagay niya, Theater Addicting Man. O, di ba? Ang cute. So, ikaw, anong ginamit mong email address? Diba? It was exciting at that time. And then, hindi pa nga masyadong uso yung mga yung mga profile photo sa email. So, may kita mo lang sa email, if they decide to put their name on there, and also their email address, that's just how you communicate and get to know each other. You're more like pen pals. But now, with the evolution, diba? Friendster, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, and you can also post photos. And not only can you post photos, you can post videos. And you can go live like this. Diba? Ang galing eh. Ang galing how technology allowed all of that. And in as much as it's pretty exciting and you get to share joy and love and everything else in between online, meron laging flip side. Merong laging other side to the coin. Bakit nauso ang mga hater? Bakit nauso ang mga basher? Ang mga marites? Ayan, nag-proliferate sila also because of social media. So really, everything that we have, the tools, the resources, diba? We don't identify them as either good or bad because they're not inherently good nor bad per se on their own. It's really how we as human beings who can control these tools manage the use of such tools. Like social media. You can turn it around and use it for the good. Marami akong alam nagpa-fundraising sa social media. Diba? But again, may flip side yon. Merong mga iba, minamask nila as fundraising. Ayun pala, scam. So, a lot of things that we have to be careful about. And nauso rin, diba, yung think before you click? Because a lot of times, when we get hyped up and excited, we just want to have things pushed out there. And hindi natin na-realize, ano bang pwedeng effect nito to other people? Last night we had this singles event. It was a Q&A segment. And one of the questions was about, is it okay to post your achievements on social media? Of course it is. Diba? There's nothing wrong with posting it per se. But you will always go back to what is the motive behind that. Bakit mo ba muna pinost in the first place, di ba? Ikaw ba ay gusto mo lang mang-inggit? Oh, ikaw ba ay gusto mong mag-humble brag? Diba? Or you just really want to glorify God in everything that happens to your life? Or did you just want to update your family members? Although other people may argue na, pwede ko namang i-update yung family members ko personally. Pwede naman kami via our family group chat. Diba? Hindi ko naman siya kailangan i-post. But also, even in social media, you have filters and you have privacy settings. You can actually choose your audience. Hindi siya always in public. Diba? Ang ganda ng sabi ni James of The Daily Grind, weekday 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only here on Saved Radio. Sabi niya, WWJP. What would Jesus post? Oh, ang gandang guide. Ang gandang compass. Diba? Paano nga? Ano bang ipopost ni Jesus kaya? And kung si Jesus will be your audience, will he be happy with what you've been posting lately? I think that's a good question to ask. Sabi ni James, siya raw si White Ranger at yahoo.com.ph. Nauso yan yung may country. Ako natin meron din akong yahoo.ca. Because feeling Canadian. Wow. Pero meron din akong .com.ph. If Samson had social media, he be at Gym is Live. Na-imagine ko. Na-imagine niyo ba si Samson? Pero si Samson, ang gym niya, very natural ang gym ni Samson di ba? Wala nga siyang tools and equipment. But can you imagine Samson with the username at Gym is Life? Tapos binivideo niya, finiflex niya yung pag binubuhat niya yung mga dead animals. Parang pangit. Tapos na-capture si Samson on social media nung tinare down niya yung pillars, di ba? It would be interesting if during the biblical times may social media na sila at napapanood natin ngayon yung nangyayari. But ang galing talaga ni God In His sovereignty, He did not allow that to happen. No? Na nung panahon na yun, wala pa. Ang record lang na meron tayo talaga is the scriptures. Kaya talaga rin sigurong maaano mo na it's by faith. Kasi kung siguro meron ng recordings of yung mga teachings ni Jesus, di ba? Pag hindi ka pa naman nag-believe, hindi ko na alam. Although, marami rin naman during His time na nakita na si Jesus in the flesh, hindi pa rin sila nag-believe, no? So, I guess it's still case-to-case basis. Depende talaga. But maybe it would help to believe. Diba? Like, did Jesus really turn water into wine? O kung may evidence nun via social media, then you better believe it. Excuse me? Ano pa ba? Yeah. But, proper... Sabi ni Lem, peg ko pala si Samson. Kasi gym is life to... Nag-gym ka ba today, President Lem? Sana nag-gym ka today, ha? Ang aga nito mag-gym ni President Lem, if you don't know. Yeah. And, yun din no? Yung social media kasi once it's there, like this one, depende dito kay Menor kung i-keep natin to or nawawala to sa Facebook page or sa YouTube, di ba? Because sometimes they have to do edits and stuff. But imagine, you're on a live stream, right? And it stays on the account. It stays on Facebook. It stays on YouTube until someone removes it or deletes it. Kasi minsan, si Facebook pala decision, tinatanggal niya mga videos mo, di ba? Si YouTube, I haven't heard of YouTube doing that. But unless it's been removed, diba? Naisip nyo ba yon na kung anong mga sinabi mo will be there in perpetuity? Like ngayon, yung mga pinagdadaldal ko sa inyo ngayon, nandito na yan. Pwede ko tong ipasa sa mga ko, future apo. Wow, itatago ko na yung link ngayon pa lang, tapos isasend ko sa kanila. Mga apo, ito si Lola Gica nyo before. Nakita, diba? Kaya you have to be careful. And people can rewind, People can fast forward. People can take anything you say out of context, and that can be very scary. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this today is because if you haven't seen it yet, we have a sister in Christ who has been interviewed recently, and she's been taking heat for it. But on a personal level, I don't know her personally. I mean, I've seen her before in some events, but she doesn't know me. She doesn't know my name. I do know her because she was a celebrity and she's a TV personality and also radio. Because she was able to boldly speak her truth on social media, now she's getting scrutiny. Now, ang dami nang nasasabi ng mga tao. Naglabasan na yung mga mema, di ba? Yung mga meron lang ma-comment, yung mga... But of course, also, others are showing support. So, social media for me is 50-50. But it's, regardless where you stand on the topic, it's also not an excuse for us to be complacent and to just let go and not be mindful or careful about the things that we say. Regardless if it's in your personal account, pwede mong sabihin na, hindi ko naman yan gagawin via saved radio, let's say, for me and for the rest of the DJs. Pwede mong sabihin, sa personal account ko naman eh. But sometimes we forget that we represent Jesus in the process. Like kami, before we are DJs, we are Christians first. That's our identity. Before we are radio program hosts, we are children of God first. And that is true for any of us. Before we are any of the work we do, before we are an architect, before we are a designer, before we are a singer, actress, if we have put our faith in Jesus, with God adopting us into His family as sons and daughters, we are His children first. And that's the first thing that we represent to the world. Diba? So in everything that we say, maliliit na mga salitang binibitawan natin, we can expect that people will always have something, in their back pockets to throw at us. And whether or not you're ready, it's a good guide, diba? To always be grounded and to know what you're talking about. Pero sana lagi ring may chance for you to explain, to expound. Kasi minsan ang hirap ng question and answer, isang tanong, isang sagot. Excuse me. Even here, during Saved Radio interviews, right? If you're given a difficult question and you answer with a simple yes or no without having to expound that, diba? Ang dali-dali talaga to be taken out of context. And people now can edit videos, they can stitch it up, they can cut out different parts and then put together the parts that they want, and then you end up being misconstrued. So whatever avenue or platform we're given, here on radio, on TV, on social media, on the internet, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, what have yous, diba? Let's always remember who we are representing first. And I commend those who are able to speak their truth boldly in representing Jesus, speaking the truth in love. And tayo rin namang mga nanonood, no? Because audience din naman tayo eh. Diba? Let's be more open and more understanding to the things that we see and hear. We also have that personal responsibility to filter out lahat ng mga nasa feeds natin, 'di ba? What do we take with us? What do we share? What do we disregard? Ano yung mga nasa category ng nag-waste lang to ng time ko? 'Di ba? Anong mga nasa category ng ayoko na to ulit panoorin or basahin? I would rather look for other materials that are edifying and that are pleasing and that are glorifying to God. At the end of the day, you always have an option. And at the end of the day, no one can pressure you into saying what you don't want to say. No one can oblige you to be pressured into sharing things that you're not comfortable with sharing as well. So, that's my mini TED Talk for today. Well, excuse me. Sabi dito ni James, Woman by the well, sabi raw ni Jesus. Can I have some water? Sabi raw ng woman. Of course. Evian yan. May pa-endorsement pala may social media nung panahon ni Jesus. Vlog of Israelites on their way to Canaan. Glamping 101. Di ba ang saya? Sana nga may ganun, no? But maybe we can modernize that. Who knows? Maybe we can find a way to do something like that soon on social media. Diba? Parang mga tipong like The Chosen, pero live, tas vlogging yung effect. Ganda. Thank you, James, for your comments. And for Lem, for Menork, for Kuya Patrick, and everyone who's tuned in right now. We have more time to talk about social media as we go live again later on in the next hour and hopefully the next. Let's see. I will update you on the Saved Radio Viber community. Meanwhile, I know that Yira Joy is watching and listening. So this is for you, baby girl, by Torren Wells on Saved Radio.